Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fathan Ardiansyah. My student number is H01230007 and my major is English Education. And I made this video to fulfill my final test for the course Introduction to Linguistics. So now I will start by defining what is linguistics. So, linguistics is the scientific study of a human language. A linguist is a scientist who investigates human language in all its facets, its structure, its use, its history, and its place in society. Now, I'm going to explain about the four branches of linguistics, which are phonology, morphology, syntax, and semantics. I will start by phonology. So, phonology is the study of how speech sounds are organized in a language and how they are used to convey meaning. Next is morphology. Morphology is the study of words and their structure. It examines the smallest meaningful units of a language known as morphemes and how they are combined to create new words or alter the meaning and function of existing ones. The next one is syntax. Syntax in general refers to the set of rules and principles that govern the structure and arrangement of words, phrases, and clauses within a language. And the next one is semantics. It refers to the study of the meaning and interpretation of words, phrases, and sentences within a language. And from those four branches of linguistics, I will choose one to explain in detail, which is morphology. So, as I said before, morphology is the study of words and their structure. It examines the smallest meaningful units of a language known as morphemes. There are two main types of morphemes, which are free morphemes and bound morphemes. Now, let's dive into the free morphemes first. Free morphemes is a morpheme that can stand alone on its own as a single word. For example, book or run. And these two words, book and run, cannot be broken into smaller units anymore because it will change the meaning of the words. And free morpheme can be divided into two subtypes. The first one is lexical morphemes. It is a type of free morphemes that carry the core meaning of a word. The category of lexical morpheme is noun, verb, adjective, and adverb. The next subtypes of free morpheme is functional morphemes. It's a free morpheme that provides grammatical function and act as connectors in a sentence. The category of functional morphemes contains preposition, conjunction, pronoun, articles, and interjection. Bound morphemes, on the other hand, cannot stand alone and must be attached to another morpheme to create a word. There are two subtypes of bound morphemes, which are derivational morphemes and inflectional morphemes. Derivational morphemes is a bound morpheme that is used to derive new words from existing ones. It changes the meaning or grammatical category of a word. For example, we add the suffix ness to happy, so now it's happiness. It changes the meaning of the word from bahagia to kebahagiaan, and it also changes the class category from noun to adjective. Next, we have inflectional morphemes, which do not change the core meaning or the class category of a word, but rather affect factors like number or plurality and tense or verb forms. Examples of inflectional morphemes include plural marker s, es, for example from book to books, to possessive marker as, for example, Fathan's Alif's, Hermawan's Hadijah's. The third is past tense ed or d, for example, from walk to walked, from jump to jumped, from study to studied. Third person singular verb, for example, he walks, he eats, he studies. Comparative marker er or more, for example, faster, prettier, better, more beautiful, more handsome. Superlative marker est or most, for example, fastest, smartest, most beautiful, the best. Progressive or continuous marker, for example, walking, jumping, typing, studying. And past participle en, ed, or n, for example, eaten, broken, and given. These inflectional morphemes represent variations of the same underlying morpheme, which are known as allomorphs. The concepts of root, stem, and base are also important in morphology. The root is the core basic form of a word that carries the most fundamental lexical meaning. The stem refers to the base form of a word after any affixes have been removed, while the base is the core form of a word to which affixes may be added. These concepts are essential for understanding how words are constructed and how morphemes interact with each other in a language. Now we've done talking about morphemes, so let's move to word formation. So what is word formation? Word formation is the study of how new complex words are created or built based on other existing words or morphemes. Now I'll explain about the word formation processes one by one taken from various experts. The first one we have coinage. It involves the production of completely new words, often derived from fictional trade names or brand names that have become general terms. For example, Google, which originated as a misspelling of the word Google. At first, we only refer it to search engine, but now the term Google has evolved widely used expression meaning of to use the internet to find information. So for example, when I am confused about something and then I ask my friends for the information, they probably will just say, just Google it, as Google act as a verb now, but yeah, it is anyway. The next one is eponyms. Eponyms are new words that are derived from the name of a person or a place. For example, the word jeans comes from the Italian city of Genoa, where the type of cloth was first made, and sandwich is named after the Earl of Sandwich, who was the first person to insist on having his bread and meat together while gambling. The next one is derivation. Derivation is the most common process of forming new words in English, involving the use of affixes, which divide into two, prefixes and suffixes, to create new words from existing ones. For example, unhappy with the prefix un, mispresent with the prefix mis, and sadness with the suffix ness. Next one is conversion. It is a process of word formation where a word changes its part of speech without any overt morphological changes. For example, the noun bridge can be converted into a verb, as in to bridge the gap. This type of conversion allows words to function in different grammatical roles without altering the spelling or sound of the original word. The next one is blending. Blending involves combining parts of two words to create a new term. Examples include smoke from smoke and fog, brunch from breakfast and lunch, gasohol from gasoline and alcohol, and infotainment from information and entertainment. The next one is acronyms. Acronyms are new words formed from the initial letters of a group of words. Some examples include CD from compact disc, VCR from video cassette recorder, as well as more widely recognized acronyms like NATO from North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NASA from National Aeronautics and Space Administration, and laser from light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. The next one is compounding. On the other hand, it involves combining two or more freestanding words to create a new lexical item. Compound words in English can take various forms such as bookshelf, good-looking, or fast food. The combination of these independent words results in a single new word that represents a distinct concept or entity. The next one is clipping. Clipping involves shortening a longer word, often for more informal usage. Examples include lab from laboratory, flu from influenza, Aussie from Australian, and brekkie from breakfast. The 9 word formation processes is suppletion. Suppletion is a process of creating less formal first names by substituting a completely different root. Examples include Sasha from Alexandra, Billy from William, Bob from Robert, and Ted from Edward. The next one is apophony. Apophony refers to the alteration of the internal vowel sound to create a new word. Examples include fag from fuck, Merkin from American, and shitload from shitload. The next one is borrowing. Borrowing is the process of adapting words from other languages into English. Examples include croissant from French, dove from Dutch, lilac from Persian, piano from Italian, sofa from Arabic, and tycoon from Japanese. The next one we have back formation. Back formation is a specialized type of reduction process in which a new word, usually a verb, is created by removing an affix from an existing word. Examples include televise from television, donate from donation, and babysit from babysitter. And the last one we have orthographic modification. Orthographic modification involves creating a new spelling form of a word with the same pronunciation, such as gangsta from gangster. Okay, so that was all the material that I have explained in this video. contains the definition of linguistics, 4 branches of linguistics, which are phonology, morphology, syntax, and semantics. And I also have explained about morphology in detail, from the morpheme till word formation. So I guess that's all. Thank you so much for watching this video. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.